So this video is about Peugeot owners with or Peugeot users with automatic transmission, why they tend to consume more fuel than the manual ones with the manual transmission. Now I know a lot of people will say, oh no, Peugeot cars, the automatic ones consume less fuel. Well, on paper, yes. But in fact, on paper, no. Considering the ones I've gone to, I've checked, at least up to 2018, right? Yeah. All the manual ones consume less fuel, irrespective of the newer automatic transmissions that have up to 8 speed and all that. Except that the ones with 8 speed these days, they put them, mostly with the most powerful engines, while the manual transmission do have less power. I mean, the newer Peugeot cars produced probably like 2018, 2019. The engines attached to the manual transmission are the ones with the lower powers. However, I've come to realize that no matter how good these automatic transmissions are, how fuel efficient they are, they tend to consume more fuel. To be specific about this one, this is 607 with AM6, which have almost the same transmission. This one is automatic transmission, which has almost the same transmission in 407 V6. We have also diesel, like HDI engine in 407, 2.0 liter HDI engine. It also has this AM6, but I think it's AM6B or AM6C, something like that. Now, there's a reason why they do consume more than manual. By design, they are not supposed to. I'm not saying they're supposed to consume less than manual, but they are not supposed to consume as much as they do. One thing I've observed is sometimes you put it, okay, let's just say now, okay, you can see it's on drive. This is the normal drive. This is the sports mode. Press this one, enter sports mode. Then it has gone back to the conventional drive. Now, when you are driving, when you're on the drive mode, sometimes it performs well. You shift before. Okay, let me zoom in. So sometimes this is the tachometer, and this is the entire this thing is tachometer, fuel gauge, what's it called? The speedometer. Yeah. So sometimes the tachometer, the transmission shifts very well. That's when it's working according to design. That's for fuel economy. Even before it gets to 3,000, sometimes when it gets to 2 or 2,500, it drops down. It changes to a higher gear and all that. But one thing I've observed is sometimes when the speedometer is showing something like 70 kilometers per hour or even 90 kilometers. In fact, 90 is even too high. Okay, let me zoom in. Maybe it's showing like 70. Most times, I'll be telling guys 65, 60, 70 kilometers per hour. For example, you just reduce your speed. Oh, who's calling? I'm doing video, guys. So, you just maybe at 70, maybe you press your brake to stop at a junction or something, and they pass the junction, you now press the accelerator for you to continue. Now find out that the car is still dragging, so it didn't do any what's it called, kick down. Yeah, it didn't kick down. Probably around 50, 55. It will still maintain. It will still nothing like that. It's not moving as fast as you expect, and before you know it, the RPM will be probably somewhere like 2,000, something like that, and you'll be like, what's going on? Then when you notice that there's a problem, is when you now like, okay, let me see what's going on. You now shift it to manual mode. Now this is the manual mode. You know that M stands for manual. You know, so when you shift up, you change to 2, 3, you know, something like that, or you can shift down. So this one is 6 speed. So you can, when you shift it, it will get to 6. That's the maximum. So sometimes at that 70 kilometers per hour, you shift it to manual mode immediately, only for you to find out that it's on gear 6. Unbelievable. Gear 6 at 60 kilometers per hour. Gear 6. And that's why they consume fuel. Because at 60 kilometers per hour, the gear should be on gear 3, not gear 6. Because if it's just like manual, you are driving a manual transmission, you are driving Peugeot with manual transmission, and your car slows down to 40, you know, slows down, or you slow down the vehicle, and was on 40 kilometers per hour, and you want to keep, you know, increase the speed. If you're on gear 5 or gear 6 and you press the throttle without shifting down to gear 3 or thereabout, you see the car will start dragging. Yeah, it will be moving gradually, the speedometer will start climbing gradually. This is probably 40 or 50. You just can't grab it, but it will take some time. That time the engine is dragging, is burning excess fuel. So that's what's happening. That's why this starts. So automatic transmission is not as efficient as people think they are. In fact, you don't even need all these things to tell you they are not, because yeah, the computer can be confused sometimes. Computer is not a human being. They are programmed to work with parameters, but sometimes they can crash or, you know, misbehave a little. So instead of them the computer to work with the speedometer to know that, hey, at this 70 kilometers per hour, the gear that is supposed to be you know, that's supposed to be running the engine is supposed to be gear 2 or gear 3 or maximum gear 4. It will be on gear 6. Most times, that's why even when you press the throttle down to the floor for you to kick down, it will not kick down. You just stay there, maybe it may take some seconds before it reacts. But before that time, you wasted so much fuel. So I tell a lot of people, guys, especially if you are, no, I know some will say, oh, it doesn't happen in my own Peugeot. Maybe, you know, it's possible. But guys, I've driven quite a number of them. It's not like I'm just, this is the only one I've experienced. So I don't know which other one that doesn't do that. But one thing I noticed about AMCs is it does this thing a lot, no matter how new the gearbox is. So it's not like the problem is the gearbox, it's the system that controls the gearbox, or the gearbox itself anyway. So I can't really tell. I have no interest in knowing how automatic gearbox work, but I just see this is how they work, and this is why they consume fuel at this alarming rate. Fuel consumption is not really a big issue to me, but then, you know, I have almost 2 V6 with manual, so I know how fuel economical they are. So, and whenever I drive this one, I tend to wonder why. In fact, to be honest, guys, manual. When I shift to manual, especially on highway, or not even on highway, I tend to conserve less. In fact, my car consumes less than when it's on here, the normal drive. Reason being that with the manual, you find out that the RPM, worst case, will probably stop at, you know, you can always control it just like manual car. Maybe it gets to like 3,000, 3,005, you shift it to another gear. You know, something like it gets to, okay, this is gear 1, you push it, you get to like 2,000, 3,000, you know, you shift it up again, it gets to like 3,000. When I'm done, this is what I'm talking about. It gets to 3,000 or 4,000, you shift it up again. You know, that way you cannot control. However, if it's the sports mode, this one consumes fuel at a alarming rate more than the conventional drive mode. Because what happens is, most times when you put it on smart mode, it will just go high. So sometimes to get to the red zone or close to the red zone, you know, before it shifts. You know. So if you get to the red zone before it shifts to a higher gear, and in that case the fuel consumption goes up, because all my years of owning manual transmission, I've never pushed RPM to this red zone. No matter the speed I'm doing, no matter what I'm doing, it has never gotten to red zone, as in why car is in motion. But this one, because it's on sport mode, and once you press the throttle down, it will get to 7,000, more close, sometimes close to 7,000 before you shift to a higher gear. So you find out that most times you are burning so much fuel, stressing the engine, because it has to shift close to this speed. So it's more fuel economical, as far as I'm concerned, to shift it to manual mode and drive. And it's not as economical as the manufacturer or people think when you are driving with conventional mode like this. So now you know why automatic cars can do fuel. Yes, in paper maybe they'll tell you, even if, like I say, when you go to user manual, you find out that most of all the automatic, they consume more fuel. You will see the figures, they consume more fuel than the manual. I've driven 407 V6 with 6-speed manual gearbox, and the fuel consumption was very, very good compared to the automatic ones I've driven several times. You know, so if you want a V6 that will consume very good, like close to the manual engine, four-cylinder engine, then get one with 6-speed manual. Except that you can only get it in coupe, 407 V6 coupe, not in saloon. Likewise, 406, if you want one that will consume less fuel, get one. Notwithstanding, yes, the automatic transmission in 406, they shift better. They don't behave like, even if once in a while they may get stuck in gear 4, instead of for them to kick down probably to gear 3 to pick up, they will stay in gear 4 and drag a little bit. It doesn't happen that often. But from 407 up, it's like a norm, where they have to stay a long time. Even where the gear is supposed to kick down to gear 3, it will be on gear 6 and being dragged. It will drag for a very long time, consume all your fuel. By the time it shifts, eventually it gains speed and get to that. So now you know why your car consumes a lot of fuel. So that's all.